Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we are continuing our playthrough of Total War 3 Kingdoms using the 8 Princes DLC and playing as Sima. And we just this last turn took back our Ling Ling rice paddy, consolidated our power back here, gaining back our territory that we lost to the Jin Empire. And now we're moving north with both armies to take back Changsha, which I thought had been taken over by Song Wai, but I didn't notice. And there's the nasty little Jin Empire that's the one that moved down into Changsha. So I got confused there earlier, didn't look close enough. But we're going to be moving north against the Jin Empire. And then after that, if that's successful, then we'll finally move against Song Wai and try to take back our Changsha trade port. So we got a couple little housekeeping things that we left off on last turn. First is the Jade Statue of Confucius. It adds the bonus perk in addition to cunning is 6 morale for melee cavalry. Well, the only real guy I have with melee cavalry, I believe, is Ling Hong. Yeah, right here. So we're going to see if he has a need. And look at that, he doesn't even have an accessory, and while he doesn't need the bonus or buff to cunning, we will take this and equip him with that just to add morale for his melee cavalry. So, one checked off. Another thing I noticed is we have an extremely unhappy face over here with Sima Yin. And I don't know if that's just the way he is because he wants higher position, or if this negative, unhappy general has an influence. Yeah, it doesn't look like that is counting against him, but his satisfaction is down to 1. I don't need him to be revolting and leaving and whatever happens when their discontent gets that low. So unfortunately, I was looking at the funds we had up here, the 2,990, thinking, okay, we can spend, we can build on some provinces down here, but instead I'm going to waste that money to try and keep Sima Yin happy. Hopefully when we get another promotion, I'll remember to consider at least Sima Yin for a higher court position just to keep him happy, because now that he's getting promoted to higher level, it's probably worth my while to maybe hang on to him at the moment. So let's see how much this will cost. 800 for the next promotion level. It'll only gain him, 5 permanent satisfaction and 10 temporary satisfaction. So let's do that first. And now his satisfaction is sitting up there at 16. Still not great, but for another 1,200, which I can afford, but it'll increase his salary by 25. So it could take me to the negative. So we'll hold off on that promotion, because we at least got him away from the dangerous of danger points at that 1, and haven't played yet to find out what happens when they get down to 0 or below on satisfaction, but I don't need to find out right now, not when I need to take back Changsha. And finally, and then Shikin Shan is also not the most thrilled person in the world, but she's sitting there at 20 satisfaction. We'll deal with that at the moment. Or in the future, I should say, not at the moment. We'll put that off for the moment and see if we can spend this money. I'm looking at either spending this money to upgrade. Actually, what I'm also looking at, you see in Heppu they have a -2, and it's going to continue being -2 just because the buildings are causing that negative. And since I'm not going to be down there to really deal with that so much in the short term, I'm thinking, I notice this one building right here is taking a hit on my noble support right there at -4, whereas if I just temporarily downgrade that until I take a look at noble support and how I can deal with that, that'll just take care. I'll lose a little bit on the income that we're getting from down there, but then for a while I won't have to worry about that negative impact. And Yulin, theirs will go away shortly because faction support withers away, and that'll go down to 0, and then we won't have to worry about that. So I don't need to do any building issues down there. What I will do with the money I have left over is I'm going to spend this little bit on my Ling Ling rice paddy. It's probably not going to be contested anymore now that I kicked the Jin Empire out and their nearest army is up north, but I'm going to work on at least building that up just a little bit for the garrison protection for if something should happen down there next time. Okay, that I think is the housekeeping for the moment. And let's take the next turn to free us up so we can start moving north on Changsha City. Sima Yue, he would like a non-aggression pact. All he asks is my champion's leather. Oh, but you're way up there. I don't need that. Let's put it that way. I will probably reject. Yes, sorry to disappoint, but that's not an option. I don't need to be giving away armor yet that I don't need to, even though I'm not using it right now. For someone that far away, I don't need a non-aggression pact. Okay, Sima Y, Sima D. Who cares? We got more characters moving through, another strategist. We downgraded our dock market, so hopefully, yeah, it looks like all our happinesses or noble supports are at least at 0 or better. So we're okay there, and we built the rice paddy in Ling Ling. We have a new ancillary, a gray thoroughbred. Let's see who might have a need of a gray thoroughbred over here. Huangfu Shang, maybe? Let's take a look at you. Yeah, you got your base horse there. Let's see if this one looks a little better. Adds to expertise, adds to your charge bonus. Yeah, so overall, even though we take a 60 to 58 speed, we increase our mass, increase our expertise, so that's kind of a no-brainer to switch that out for Huangfu Shang. Okay, now let's continue our march north. I kind of thinking I don't want to go too far. I don't necessarily want to go too far with Ling Hong. What is the reach? It's a dismal reach here for Sima Ai, but you're mostly in good shape. So let's see what it looks. How far can you get on a force march? That gets you right up there with him. So if I just move just a farther bit north, and then we bring Sima Ai just up behind, we now have our consolidated force moving north to work on taking back Changsha City. As far as 1209, I think we'll just hold on to the cash. Actually, we gained a little as far as per turn income. What if we recruited? What could we afford, or can we afford with 92 per turn positive income? The second trebuchet would definitely per turn take us under. So maybe we have something over here that we could look at. That takes us down 180 per turn upkeep, so we can't quite afford the per turn upkeep, but our per turn should start increasing as we go along, especially with what we've been building. So I want to look at adding to the army here of Ling Hong, but not quite yet. Obviously, I think our income situation should start improving after we retake Changsha, so we may just have to hold off just a little bit. And let's call it a turn and see what the next one brings. Jin Empire staying put up in Changsha City. He's feeling safe. He's feeling comfortable up there. We'll see if we can change his mind when we move forth. We will sign a non-aggression pact with Bianbing. Well, sometimes I just don't know where y'all are, so do I need a non-aggression pact with Bianbing? I don't even see Bianbing, so I think we'll just pass. Any of you out there that know where these different provinces, these different leaders are, please let me know, because if they're closer than I think, at times it may be that I need to look at some of these deals. But if I can't see them, I lean against it unless it's a trade deal. None of these super close that I recognize, so we'll just kind of zip right through this diplomacy section. We got some new characters moving through. We're getting to the point, if we could ever get our income fixed, and hopefully by gaining back Changsha up north, that will fix our income. I definitely want to look at building that third army too, if we can just gain back our territory and improve the cash flow. Okay, looks like it's time to head back north, Sima. In fact, we can head all the way to the north and put the city under siege is what it looks like. And can we have our backup army over here coming up too? That's how far you can make it. Ling Hong. Of course, with Sima, that's force march. I can't siege under force march anyway, so let's get you back under regular march so we can get a better idea of how far you can move. And we'll put you there. Now we'll follow up with Ling Hong. And next turn is going to be autumn, so we'll have to decide if we want to be sieging in the winter or not, but we'll explore all that. Sima Yin is also not happy again. He's dropped down below 20, but I can deal with that at the moment. In fact, if I wanted to keep him happy, I can afford the increase in his salary and I can afford the promotion. But I kind of want to keep that money in reserve in case I can start adding forces. So I think we'll hold off on his promotion, seeing as how he's not happy, but he's not at 1 happy. He's at 19, so we'll just have to keep an eye on his happiness. And we moved close. I don't see anything else that we need to take care of this moment. Let's advance the turn meter once again. We just gotta hope this Jin Empire doesn't have the night battle option. Nope, he doesn't have the night battle option, thank goodness. So we are predicted to be able to win this battle. He's starting out against my weaker force, is what it looks like. Yeah, he's starting out against Lin Hong, and we are gonna have to reinforce with Sima. Seems like we've done this pattern before. Let's see what the map. We did that with the other Jin Empire where he went against one and the other one, and Sima was the one reinforcing. So we're looking at a pretty wide open battlefield, and I'm not noticing any obvious hills, so there's not a lot, at least map-wise, that we're going to have to deal with. So let's see if we can do better than a Pyrrhic victory. He's got some tough units over here. Now I'm thinking if he's got the ability, if we've got the ability on some of these guys, we'll see if we got some dueling options, especially for Sima. Not so much with these other ones. Gongsha Ru perhaps, but that seems to be his weakness. He's got some better units than us, especially with these heavy repeating crossbowmen. The AI always seems to be able to put them to better use than I ever am on my own. Some Pearl Dragons down here. So we've got some, unit-wise, he's looking pretty good, but leadership-wise, we're looking better. So Pyrrhic victory, let's see if we can improve on that. Okay, just like we predicted, wide open battlefield. Where will my reinforcements come from? Can I see? Oh, there's the... Oh, so they'll kind of be coming from his rear over here. So I'm almost feeling maybe just for the defensive purposes, I get this army of Ling Hong up in these hill and trees, make him come up to me, and then as he's coming up to me, I'll have my reinforcements being able to come in on his flank. Hopefully that will give us an advantage. So let's get all my units over to the corner here. And the trebuchets will probably be back here. We'll kind of put them in the background, and so it's going to be a matter. Let's take up our defensive positions in this area of trees. We are not a very good force. We are not a very strong force. And we'll keep our cavalry separate from the line we're forming. Hopefully they can hold out long enough for our reinforcements to arrive without disaster. So let's just get them up to the edge as quickly as possible, and then we'll move into the cover and hope for quick reinforcements. Here we go. Not that they already know we have cavalry, but we'll move them up in there. So we do have a buff against arrows, which they will hit us with hard. That's why I'm moving into the trees, hoping we get some dampening of the arrows hitting also. So he's moving to the north because he knows we got Sima coming in here. Character, we have a couple out of range, so we have no clue yet whether they're going to even want to duel with us. But he's bringing some units over here that seem susceptible to cavalry, and I'm thinking we need to take advantage of that. Not that I have the strongest cavalry here to deal with it, but we've got to use them where we got them. And let's get the buff going to protect against the archers that we are getting. We'll use the flaming shot on the trebuchets. Are we able? We are able to duel. Let's do a duel. Get our cavalry moving up against their lone and isolated archery units. Get some more help here. There, we got my trebuchet set up now. I gave him flaming shot to try and work on morale. Looks like it's time for us to start moving forward a little bit. Sima, the duel's go. Excuse me, breakfast. The duel's going well. Oh, we will accept. Sima is still looking good. Let's work against the last of their leadership. Whoops, I didn't click on Sima, but we'll still advance out, and we'll get these guys to come in on flanks here. Go Sima, let's get out of there. We want to go against his leader. Get focused in on one section of the battle to the detriment of the other section of the battle. Uh-oh, Huan Jinting has been defeated. Let's get my generals out of there. Sloppy me, keeping them in the midst of the melee. Okay, we have the last leader going. That looks to be the breaking point. Yes, the breaking point for the army. Now we need to just chase down, and what I'll probably do is fast forward for that part because I got to get everybody chasing down some units here. See if we can't keep we can keep as many as possible from retreating back into Changsha, the city. And this is just a boring fast forward part, so hang on while we do that. And I think we've done just about as much as we're going to do, so let's claim victory. It's a close victory. We did better than the Pyrrhic victory. Woohoo! One of these battles where I managed to do better than the prediction. That doesn't happen every time, but this time it did, so that makes me happy. Attacker left with 231, it looks like. We vastly outnumber him. Ling Hong by far took the biggest hit in casualties. But he's the one that held their force the most, allowing me to get in there with Sima and do some, especially some dueling damage, which ultimately, morale-wise, caused them to break. Now we just gotta hope my one general was not killed in battle, and it looks like she may have been. So we're gonna have to find a new general within the army. Oh no, that was sloppiness on my part. I don't like losing my generals that it takes so long to sometimes promote and get built up. That was sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. So not all good news on our part. We've captured a character. And I'm thinking income-wise, I don't need to trust and employ this person. They aren't impressive enough, especially with some of these, the negative MAME trait down here. We're just going to release, get the income, and then we will go heavy on replenishments for us. And he's out of the city, so it frees us up to be able to move into the city now. Sima Chi asked to join our coalition, but nope, I have no choice in this. He's already been rejected by 2 out of 3 of us. So we will just acknowledge that he wants in, but we won't let it be. Now we have a request by Mao Ren to join our coalition, and he is also rejected by the bulk of my coalition. So we're a desirable coalition to be joining with. We are just picky on who we let in, and it's not always me who's the picky one. Replacing my dead general. We can always bring Bu Jun into service. What kind of background do you have? Ron Shen. Do we want to bring you in? As far as getting along with everybody else, it appears you'll be okay. Nothing spectacular, but nothing bad. You're age 29. So no higher positions desired there. Let's look at Song Ning Shu. Sima Liang, affiliation, solitary, lower satisfaction of the arm, increases ambition. I don't need any more ambitious. So I think we're going to look at replacing with Guan Kui Si. I'm fine with him at the moment keeping his old retinue. And we have replaced our general. Your general refuses to celebrate a victory in battle while allies still lie wounded. So we are rescuing the injured out there, and it gives extra bonus experience for Ling Hong. So good guys. Harvest Moon Festival. This is a good thing for us. It increases noble support right where we need it in some of those southern provinces and commanderies. They sit around the fire recounting the tale of Ho Yi and Chang'e, in which they were separated after she drank the elixir of immortality and took up residence on the moon itself. So the Harvest Moon Festival comes at a very good time. Unfortunately killed in the line of duty, Hua Jinting, thank you for your service. And hopefully that teaches me a lesson to keep my eyes open a little better on my generals in these big battles. Okay, and finally we have some traits gained. Hua Jinting, well, yeah. You kind of died. I think that's pretty as lame as you can get, isn't it? Okay, here is... And I got Cat behind me playing in a box making noise. Let me take care of this. That's distracting to me. I imagine if I can hear it, it's got to be just as distracting to you. We're going to have to teach that cat to not play around while I'm recording. He just wants to get in my videos. That's what he's looking for. So anyway, we have disharmony. It looks like Guangqi Si, who I brought on board, is not a good pick as far as harmony goes. Ling Hong, Gong Sura, so we are not having some happy people here. We may have to look at making a change there after all. Oh boy. The fun of these picking these generals and not researching thoroughly enough. But let's see. Let's go move Sima over to Changsha. And it's a close victory right now. Let's continue the siege at the moment. And while we're at it, we will just move Ling Hong over across the bridge so he can continue replenishing. And there's the Jin Empire running away. And now all I got to worry about doing, still predicted as a close victory, I need to find out, do I want to sap the walls, take 2 turns? I think we can, even with winter moving up, so I like breaking down the walls as far as, instead of just ramming through one gate, I like the extra options it tends to bring. So we'll wait the 2 turns on the siege to get through the walls and take back our city of Changsha. Hate to do that to the people of Changsha, but I have a feeling once we take over our capital city, the general will no longer be unhappy, which is good news. Do we have any, at this point, do we have any building I want to look at? In fact, we can, there we go. There's my upgrade to the garrison, to improve my garrison in the rice paddies, and we will just go ahead and do that. I'm not ready to add forces here just because my new general, we got to figure out if that's the way I want to do it. Harmony, disharmony. This is not harmony, disharmony. This is disharmony, and I'm not confident that that's the way I want to work this army, so we'll think about that. In the meantime, my income is low, so they're just warned. That's all that warning's about, but I know that. We'll keep that in mind. And let's continue the siege. Oh, let's take one little peek over at Ling Hong. Oh, look at that. Oh no, that was Sima Yin who was the unhappy one. He's down to 15, so he's slowly sliding in the satisfaction meter. But I think we have a little more time. Hopefully, are we close to a promotion? Should we take a look at that? We aren't even close to a promotion though, so we won't have any more slots coming up in the close term. And on this, do we have anything that adds administrator or any kind of positions that might satisfy him for a higher rank? Nah, it doesn't look like it right now either. So there's no quick fix that I see on his happiness other than paying for his next promotion just to temporarily. And let's see what that one will cost, just so we have that in the back of our mind. His next promotion here is a 1,200. I don't have the funds, so that'll help. It'll increase his salary minorly, but it'll increase overall satisfaction 5 permanently and 10 temporarily. So we may look at doing that coming up once we gain the funds, and we should gain some more funds by taking back Changsha. Let's get to the next turn. Let's see, you give cooperation. We will cooperate, Sima Liang, with Sima Ai. Sima Liang, let's get my good bearings on you. Well, I don't see him nearby. I don't know what this cooperation means. Oh, I see. They receive 20% of our regular, or we receive, if they cooperate with us, does that mean we? No, that means they're offering to cooperate in order to get 20% of our regular tax income. Well, no, I am not in a position to do that just yet, Sima Liang. Nice try to sink me into the red. I haven't had that kind of a request yet, so something new to learn about the game. Okay, where does that put us in the winter? It still keeps us, well, I think 1 turn away. Our supplies will hold out for that 1 turn, and we just have all these unhappy faces within our armies. That's funny. Well, I guess it's not if it continues, but I have a feeling once we take over Changsha, that will take over a big part of it. Our income did go negative this turn, though, so that's not a good thing. Let's see, I don't have the treasury to invest at home. I don't want to make it go there, but then that gives us dissatisfaction for 10 turns, which I don't want to take. It'll just counterweigh the positives we got here on a temporary basis. Your court is known as a haven of entertainment and frivolous distraction. Your princes and courtiers are in a state of constant delight, yet the people want for the succor of their lord's generosity. So I'd love to be able to pay the 1,000. So maybe what we got to do, oh, and I can't get out of here without doing a choice. I don't see any way to X out of here. I want to go get some extra money, do a trade. Oh boy. So I got to make a choice, and unfortunately, well, let's see if it'll let me take the negative treasury hit, and then let's see if I can make some deals to gain those funds back. Let's see if that's a possibility. So yeah, I am, well, it says negative. It doesn't say negative. It didn't let me go into negative. So did I get off on the cheap? How's that for a question? Yeah, I may have gotten off on the cheap, but I've got to worry about my income. So let's go make some deals and see if we have some deals available to make. Let's look at what we have. Ooh, a trade agreement. We have a trade agreement available. That'll be a big quick fix. Let's see. Sima Jiang, Bianbing. I don't even know where Bianbing is. Oh, there he is. Bianbing, right up on our northern border. So yeah, I'm happy to trade with him. Although Sima Jiang, let's go Bianbing, even though it's a tiny bit less money. Let's negotiate a deal here. Can you give me any extra funds? Any little bit helps out right now. Yep, we'll propose the deal. Now I am 6 out of 6 as far as trade possibilities. My income is positive again. My per turn income is positive. Somehow paying for those choices there, I got an improvement in my spirit alignment, and yet I didn't seem to have to pay that full 1,000 because I don't think I had a full 1,000. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I'll have to go back and take a look. Still feels like I got a discount on that deal and still got the benefits of it, but we'll take a look. I probably have misremembered what I had as far as cash. Shikin-shan is gained the creative trait, and we have built our communal rice paddy. So our garrison is a little better down there now, and once again, if we just check up here, we can't, we do have walls down now, because it looks like without the sapper we have the ability, or is it just because I have, well, it's a decisive victory, so let's just delegate it and not wonder why we have it, but let's just delegate it and get it done. Gain back our city. Make me happy. Back where we should be. It makes a lot of people happy. Look at all those sad faces gone on our generals. Look at that. And we got all sorts of new friendships from fighting in battle together. Look at that. Yeah, it's all everybody that fought in battle together. We got plus benefits because the two armies apparently were fighting together, so we're getting inter-army benefits or intra-army benefits from that. So we have Sima IE here in the city, and that means we are free. Let's take Lin Hong up north. Ling Hong, let's go up to the border and take a peek at the Changsha trade port. Okay, we still got our Bud Song Wai up there, but we'll camp out. We'll just stop right here at the border. In fact, let's just go into ambush stance just in case he decides to come down and take his own peek. And we got a little bit of a promotion to look at. Sima IE by taking back his capital. Very happy man, gets a promotion out of it. Let's see what we've got. As far as options, we got resolve armor for all spear infantry, which he does have down there. Plus 10% armor. Anything else? It looks good. We have also focus, 10% ranged armor piercing damage, ranged damage. So you are the one with the archers, Sima. I think I'm going to go with focus. It helps you resolve a little. Also adds some cunning, which doesn't matter too much. So that's the one we're going to go with, because you are the ones with the archers in this army. Doesn't hurt to give them the benefit. Okay, and finally we have a small amount of funds potential for building, but since I have a positive income, let's take a look at the cost. If we got to take over that port city, I wouldn't mind some more melee, and it looks like I can afford one, possibly both of you there. That depletes my cash, so at least melee soldier wise, I feel better on taking over a fortified city. And on that note, we have successfully defeated the Jin army here. We have successfully taken back our capital city of Changsha. In fact, let's look in there and let's repair the damage while we're in here. Oh no, the damage that we can't quite afford to repair, so let's start out over repairing the main part of the city, and then the minor buildings we'll have to repair next turn as we get the income. We have some on. We got also, we don't have the most harmonious of generalships over here, do we now? We're gonna have to look at seeing, either we may just play on with that so I can get a better sense of how that impacts our play, or how that impacts my general's performance. Obviously, if any of you know ahead of time, you can save me the learning experience and let me know right away. But otherwise, this is a learning experiences playthrough, so that's what we're using it as. This is ZigZagZog signing off from Western Kentucky. I want to thank you for watching through the episode, And as we slowly and hopefully next turn take back our Changsha Commandery, we are finally getting back to where we wanted to be a long, long time ago. Once again, thanks for watching.